Hello, my loves. It's been a minute. It's really nice to see you. It's really nice to be connecting with you. Yeah, it's been some months since I've made any videos or really any public expression of myself at all. When I left on the journey, when I got in the van and I left from Ashland, which was about 9 months ago, almost to the day, in my mind and my ideas I was going to be making videos and sharing the journey and all the things that lasted for a few months, and then I really went into the journey. And these pilgrimages, this movement into the total unknown, empty nesting, all of the things, they're private ultimately, right? Much of what is deeply sacred to us is private. So there's a lot I can't share other than to say that it's been enormous. It's been very difficult at times, very blessed. Life has been generous. People have been generous. The road has been generous. So much has happened. And I am off the road now. I hit that point at which it was no longer healthy or good at all for me to be on the road. So I am off the road, and I'm not sharing yet where I am, because at least in a public forum, but I'm stabilizing somewhere beautiful, and I have a new friend. So I have a companion from the road, so I'm not alone in this new place. And of course, I have all my priestess sisters, my family is close, my good brothers are close. I'm okay. It's just been really difficult, and I'm sure I'm not alone. Just because I happened to do my journey recently in a van, going across the country and all over, doesn't, that was my picturing of this time. I think a lot of us have been going through really, just what's the next thing, and just the dissolution and the disorientation of becoming more and more of what we were meant to be, and the bravery, the courage that it takes to do that, and the immense amount of grace that ends up being around that, because it needs to be. So I'm really happy to be with you for a moment here. I mostly want to, everything has changed. That's the thing. I've changed deeply. And everything in my life has changed. There are changes happening in her mystery school. So there are big new things happening in the school. So I wanted to take a minute, share a little bit of that with you, and then attempt a personal update of sorts. We'll see how that goes. I feel very private still, and very tender and protective around just my own coming back together, reconstellating. That's been my word lately, is like, okay, this is the movement now. I went across the country. I went, wide. I went deep across time, across space, all over my psyche, deep back into my family, back to the whole coast I left like 25 years ago, leaving everything I've known, my son, everything. And there's the movement, I would say, that I'm in now, which may resonate with you, I don't know, is reconstellating. Kind of getting stabilized and still enough to reconstellate and allow my being to reconstellate itself according to a higher wisdom than my mind, right? So that's the process I'm in. And like I said, there's always there's so much grace. Hardship and all these things are often surrounded by grace. May we be that for each other. Yeah? May we be the grace for each other. So let me share with you a little bit. Everything is changing. One of the things that's changing is the way I would like to relate to you here. I like this. I've grown to like these videos and to like the connection with you all a lot. It took a while for me to be comfortable here. I'm shifting it. There are things that need to happen, including I need to kind of be having more fun. So What I would like to do, the way I like to shift my relationship here to the channel is I'm going to have my assistant Sequoia put a link in the newsletter below, and it'll also be on the YouTube channel. I want you to ask me anything. You know, I am here, I am in deep service to this deep feminine wisdom stream, to this legacy, this lineage, this mystery that I'm holding, this that I've given my life for. You know, this is what the school is. This is what I speak from. And what I would like is for you, you know, as you've been listening to the videos or connecting with me in different ways, connecting to the school in different ways, send me your questions, please. Ask me anything. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write them down, and I'm going to put them in a basket or a, you know, some vase or something, and I'm going to pick them out and I'm going to answer. I'm going to spend 5 minutes answering them on the fly, so that I can kind of relieve myself of, just so that it's simpler and easier, and so that I actually feel more in connection to you, and so that I feel like I'm responding to what's actually unfolding for you from this deep feminine wisdom stream. So if you want to do that, go for it. There's going to be a link. You'll be able to click on it and just put your question in there. We'll be writing them down, putting them in a basket, and then I'll be making more regular videos, shorter, more regular, specifically addressing whatever questions come in. And they can span everything. You can ask me anything about myself, my journey. You can ask me, you know, we can talk about sexuality. That's a lot of what comes up around the school. I mean, the school is broad. We can talk about anything, right? So just whatever you would like me to explore with you, and for us to explore together, send me your questions. And that's where we're going to go from here on the channel. Every now and then I'll make a video similar to the other ones, but this is how I would like to move forward from here. So you can see the links. So that's with the channel. With the school, big changes are happening in the school to bring in more support from me, and also for the students of the school. So, I mean, one thing that's been happening is that I began the creation of the third year of the school, which is called True Nature, which is the culmination of, as I realized, it's the culmination of what I was always secretly up to and didn't know it, or knew it but didn't really know it. This is self-ordination. So there are 30 women journeying with me. They've been with me, some of them for 7 years, and it's been so, it's been stunningly beautiful, powerful, and it is working me to bring this through. So what's the point of that? There's a way in which the school is coming into its real fullness, or another level of fullness of flowering, and that's part of it, is that there are women that are ordaining and kind of moving with me into that space. So I've been holding that. It's been working me, and it's been amazing to be connecting with these women in this way. It's a more intimate connection than I have with years 1 and 2. So holding that, and then also something else I'm going to be holding, means that I need more support. So we're changing the format around. There's going to be more from the mentors. I'm bringing another woman in also to support with the first year especially. And there's going to be this transitional window, basically. I want the school to be more supportive for those of you who choose to come through it. The next year is going to be that transitional window when there's more support coming in, but the price isn't changing. So I've held, the school is never going to gentrify. It's never going to do that. It's a ministry, that's not what it is. And I've intentionally kept it, and it always will be on a sliding scale and all the things, and there will always be scholarships, but I'm going to have to, the prices are going to increase just to hold everything that is also being brought in to more deeply support, but not next year. So this transitional year is going to be a year where I honor what it has been, and those of you who have been considering joining, before any pricing structure or anything like that changes. So that's one of the things that's changing, is that the school is maturing and it's holding, and the structure and the journey is essentially remaining the same. I'm just filling in places where I feel like it could be stronger, and where I'm starting to learn and to see after 7 years that it will, that it will be better. So that's one of the things that's happening. There'll be more information about that, obviously, when the school opens for enrollment, which will be towards the end of this, I don't know, sometime in May, June, and then it starts again in September. The other kind of big thing that's happening is, and this, I guess, can tie into my personal check-in. So at some point early on in the journey, I was, the message I got was, the brothers are coming. This is about the brothers. I was like, all right. And what has happened for me personally, I mean, my literal brother has been amazing. He's come in to basically escort me through just one difficult passage after the other. He came and he flew out to the Midwest and helped drive me, he drove me the rest of the way to the East Coast. There's been brothers on this journey, several, and in several different ways, holding me, talking with me, and being the ones to give me some of the things that I've needed that my women, it wasn't for them to provide. And I've loved the feeling of that, and it's continued. My current road companion / teacher, actually, at the moment, is a former Marine bushcrafter, So it's like, I knew there was a teacher coming for me. I knew there was a lot. I knew that there was something calling me. I had all these ideas. Oh, am I supposed to go to Bali and go to some spiritual retreat? Or am I this or am I that? And it turns out that I need to be with the vets. And I need to be with warriors. And that's where I've been brought to. So there's, and I need to be with the brothers. So in the midst of that, the good brothers, that's what I was like, I need my good brothers just as much as I need my sisters. And so it's been really profound and beautiful. And, one of those divinely orchestrated kind of things that I wasn't fully expecting on the journey. As part of that is I've been approached by an elder mentor of mine and a dear friend of mine, and they and I together have begun they especially, but the birth of a men's mystery school has occurred and is in process, and it is specifically a men's mystery school. It doesn't have a name yet, that is being born out of her mystery school, very intentionally holding there's so much I don't know yet, and that they're holding in their own mystery, but basically holding the brotherhood, holding men in deep relationship to a deep feminine presence, the one that's specifically held here in her mystery school. So I'm honored. I'm really, this feels so alive and so incredible to me to have this be born out of and in relationship to the deep feminine. So there'll be an autonomy to these two movements, but they'll be relational. The journey of her mystery school won't change. There will be a parallel, somewhere in the field of her mystery school and in the field of the women who are walking through will be parallel brothers walking the same journey, walking their version of that journey. Obviously, there'll be a lot to explain, but that will begin in the fall too. So in the fall, there will be a parallel journey so that couples can actually go together between the two, etc. One of the, I'll just say that for me, one of the most amazing things has been to be with these brothers, these men, and have them so close to her mystery school and so honoring. You know, there's a way in which I've wanted this from the beginning, and I've seen it from the beginning, but it had to come to me, and it had to be a request from a place of honor, and here it is. So that's happening. The brothers are coming in a million ways, and I feel the potential. What is already happening, just deep reparation and incredible beauty that comes from that meeting. So those are some of the new things. You know, you're going to also see Dionysia and Jamila, the mentors of the school, are holding more retreats. We want to be with you all. I'm not yet in a place to be with you all because I'm still holding the true nature, and there's a lot of me sitting in a semi-oracular state and remaining kind of veiled and back. And but I can't wait to be with everyone. But it'll be a little time before that happens. But in the meantime, Dionysia is taking women all over the world. Jamila's got things lined up. So things are growing. So that's the basic, somewhat vague update with the school, because we're in this moment right after spring equinox, right, where things are budding. As far as a personal update, you guys, this has been an enormous initiation for me. What it has been to hold true nature, true nature especially, it comes through me and out of me, and it only does that. It like works me. I don't know how to explain it. It's so beautiful. We're all asking the question of what is it really to be priestess? What is it really to serve as a beloved instrument of deep feminine presence, wisdom, power, all that is? What is it? What are the rights and responsibilities of it? And specifically here, we've been asking, well, if we're all each created exactly as the instrument that we are, and that's all we're being asked to do in order to serve, is to unburden what we were created to be, so that it can serve, so that we can serve in accord with our true nature. So that is a simple way of saying that it is an unbelievable unburdening process. And for me, it's been just, there's so much I would love to share that I can't share, that I probably won't ever share, that's just been so personal and powerful and impossible to really describe. But it's really worked me in a good way, in a hard way. And I feel more, I feel like, okay, this is my service. This is my way. This is my path. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm with you. I'm with this. And it has my loyalty and my honor. I think I would close with that. I think particularly because my current most significant and impactful teacher is a former Marine veteran, bushcrafter, who lives according to honor, who lives and dies, and who has lived the honor of warrior and come out the other side. And it's unlike anything I've ever sat with. It's like sitting with a teacher who's not really like a teacher, except for I'm learning so much, and I'm being humbled in so many ways, and I'm being taught a lot by being with such an honor being. I'm being taught a whole lot about what, at least in my true nature, and my understanding of deep feminine, and my understanding of priestess, or a woman who serves the sacred role, what deep need, like lifeblood need for honor we have. There's just been so much, and there'll be videos about it. But that's kind of the simplicity of it. I'm safe, As you can see, I found a little temple space here right now. I got some other things in motion in terms of stabilizing for a while. Um, the school, while I've been dissolving and going through all of this, the school, in her own wisdom, as what it is, has been flowering and has been also reconstellating to be something more, to be something really almost that I'm witnessing, right? I'm witnessing what she's becoming. So, anyway, that is my update. I love you all. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're just aware of the grace that's around whatever you're moving through, whatever's happening, you know. I'm with you, more clear than ever that we are kindred and we need each other. We deeply need each other, and we have it such a, we are called, I feel like more than ever, to find each other and to stay close and to protect what it is that connects our hearts, what it is that keeps us relating through human dignity, human nobility to each other no matter what. I've gotten to be with so many people who are so different from me, and really watching what it is that makes us kindred has nothing to do, and I know this is cliche, but it really has nothing to do with who we are on the outside. It's this vow, it's this compass, and it's how we choose, what we choose to serve, right? And I want to know all those of you who choose to serve honor, love, human dignity, who choose to serve the sacred and to protect it in yourself and in the others and in the world around you. So I'm very grateful to be with you still, and I'm very grateful that I could make this video, and that please, if you want to stay connected on through these videos and be part of me reinventing this, send your questions in so that I can start to do little 5-minute oracles about them. And keep your eyes posted on the newsletter. A lot is going to start coming out now. You're going to be getting more from me and from the team about all the things that are upcoming, because there's a lot now in motion. All right, I love you. I love you so much. Blessed be.